Hey everyone, Maury Curtis Dunbar here, back at Painted Studios, back for our second live of the day. I've worked on correcting camera angles, so hopefully this will be better than the one earlier where nobody could see anything I was doing because it was all off camera. So today is December 5th. It is the 5th day of our December Advent Calendar sale, and today's product is our Artsyville stamping rollers, the blue ones, and their holders, their replacement sponge rollers, the individual rollers, and the converter bars for anybody who wants to use one of the orange rollers, which is not for sale, with the stamping roller kit, but this is a converter bar. So I had to whack it down to get it out. This is a converter bar and it fits right in here. Same way you would do a regular bar. So instead of having the orange roller, the blue roller, now you can apply with using the orange rollers. Let me get it in like this. Alrighty, so we're gonna move right into the projects that we're working on because I can actually see the screen today. I fixed that. This is our Christmas stocking cutout that we were working on earlier this week with the Simone stain. So the next thing we're going to do is angle our camera down so you can see what I'm working on. Let's see if I can get it just a hair lower so you can see the whole thing. So we're at an electric adjustment, so it takes a little bit to do it. Okay, so I've got this here. So the next thing I have to do, which I have not done, is seal it. Let me see where my sealant is. Of course, that's not right where I wanted it to be. It's just outside of my reach off camera, but here it is. You've got AquaGuard gloss, and we're just going to apply a thin coating of it because all I want to do is seal up the stain before I put anything else on here. And I'm just going to go very thin coating with the grain. And if you remember my discussion earlier this week about Simone water-based stain, is it re-wets with the stain and it can re-wet with other products, so you want to seal it up before you put anything else on top of it. Okay, thank you all for coming in. I hope you're going to be patient with me. You should be able to see more of the screen this time. I've tried to arrange that, and I can see your comments, which I couldn't see earlier today. So hopefully if I'm off screen, I'll see that you're yelling at me and telling me I'm off screen. All right, so we're gonna set this to the side. This will be dry to the touch very quickly because it's soaking right into the wood. If I need to, I can put another coat of it on later, but I'm not worrying about that right now. So the next thing I need to do is load up our roller. So I'm going to put some foil adhesive in a regular rolling pan. This is my Artsyville foil adhesive. As if you watch me regularly, you know I have it in a smaller jar because I keep a gallon here in the studio to work with, but I like to pour it into smaller jars so that I don't have any issues with it drying out and getting gummy. All right, so the next thing I need to do is I put this. Now, if you don't want to move your roller around, pour this stuff into a flat pan because then you can put your roller on the back openings here where you'll be using it later and still be able to load it. On this kind of regular paint pan, you can't do that. Let me go grab a pair of gloves. Hang on a sec. Also set my other roller that we're going to use off to the side. So you can use these rollers to apply paint, or today we're using it to apply Artsyville foil adhesive. You can use it to apply anything that stain, anything that's liquid, because if you're going to try this with plaster, this won't stay loaded with product the way you need it to. So the first thing you've got to do is load the roller. Now, normally what I would do for something like this is I would have dampened the roller. I would have wrung it out. It was already a little damp from washing it, so I didn't have to do that, because that keeps this sponge from absorbing tons and tons of adhesive into the core of it where it's not as useful, and keeps the roller from drying out. So I just want to work it into my roller a little bit. And this is an awful lot of work, and you're going to see I'm doing just a very small thing. So when I'm done with my roller, I will wrap it up in press and seal, and then stick it in the freezer, because that will allow me not to have to constantly wash adhesive out of the roller and then have to reload it, and then I'm wasting product. So I'm taking my roller, I'm moving it back to the second set of pinhole openings. I'm taking our other roller. This is, I think this is the Baroque roller. If my memory serves right, I've got them both loaded. And then I'm going to take it and spin it like this. So I have preloaded my entire surface. And I can see if they've got little bits of stuff sticking to it too, which does happen. These rollers get used in a lot of classes for me, so occasionally you can get it some goop. Now, you don't want to press on it while you load it. Why? Because you get stuff like this happening. And you don't want that to transfer to your surface. You just want the pattern to transfer. So don't press on this super hard. You'll just get a lot of goop built up underneath here, and because this roller is soft, you'll then have the goop transferring in very unpleasant ways on your walls. All right, so I've done that. Let's grab my roller back here. All right, and we're only going to do 1 or 2 very quick passes. Now, you saw I did the Birds of Paradise in a stripe this way, so we're gonna have a little fun and almost do like a checkerboard of pattern across. We're going in stripes the other way. And that did not go well. Why? I can tell you why. Because my surface is just a little slick from having just put top coat on it. That's my fault and nobody else's. So what I'm going to do is grab a little water and a paper towel and wipe it off. Hang on just a sec. Sometimes stuff is just out of my reach, so I have to stand up and get it. So here's my misting bottle. And there we go, all gone. So I want to let this dry a few more minutes before we do that. Not a big deal. We've got the top to work on, and we'll do that until that's dried a little more, and we'll go back to it. Just, you learn why you can't do things. So this is the topper to our stocking, and we're going to create a bead gel mixture that is not our standard Artsyville glass bead gel. Okay, so I'm going to take our gel medium. This is what it looks like in the can. Whitish, just like most acrylic mediums. They are whitish when wet and dry clear. Okay, so I'm going to put enough in here. Make sure I got what I need covered. Probably substantially more than I need, but we'll find out in a minute. Yeah, that's more than I need. I'm gonna put some of that back. Alrighty, this is the lid to something. Oh, it's the lid to the top coat. All right, so I've got my gel medium here. Hey Mar, nice to see you. Welcome in from California. You should be able to see me better today. I was taking a bunch of stuff off my camera that was messing with me. So what I'm pouring in here are silver glass beads. We carry these on our website. There you go, silver glass beads. Let's get some other light on here so we can really see what's going on. Oops, my other light just wants to shift off of its stand. Hang on just a second, everybody. Gotta get my light back up there. There we go. Sorry about that. The light, as soon as I turned it on, wanted to come off its stand. So now we're gonna stir these in. And the question is, how do I know how many beads to put in, or how much of the bead to pour into my gel medium? The answer is until it's enough. I know that's a vague answer, but really it's an honest one. I like a dense packing of beads in my gel, so basically I mix it until there's enough beads to get the look I want, which means wall-to-wall beads and not a lot of medium in between them. I want this to be densely, opaquely glass beaded, just like, oh, our little glass ornament that we did the other day. Glass bead ornament. This is the one that I added a few pearls into and a little silver glitter into the Artsyville bead gel. So look how cute that came out. I'm putting that up close so you can see the different light reflections. Oh, that's so cute. Thank you. I'm glad you liked the new camera angle. I know it was the other one. It was an effort. I tried it. It was useless. We're not doing that again. It works way better if the camera's right in front of me and I don't have a screen protector on that is privacy related. God, I gotta throw that one out. That was a waste of money. All right, so we're gonna take that and we're gonna trowel it on here. And I need a little hotel room key. You can tell I've been to Encore in Vegas a few times. It's my favorite place to stay in Vegas. All right, so I'm gonna take this and it'll be a little bit creamier than the bead gel that you're used to. So we're gonna take that and we're gonna spread it across the entire surface. And as you can see, I already put a base color, coat of, what was this? Set Coat True Silver, so that if I miss a spot with the glass beads, there's still silver underneath, so there's continuity of look. Yay, and I can see your comments. Maddie, thank you for your kind words. I really just needed to change the angle of everything. So hopefully this will work better. And I will not be off screen and I won't be ignoring the comments unless I'm just not looking up because I'm looking down. So clearly I am troweling over the whole surface, and you don't want it to be any thicker if you can avoid it than one bead thickness, because then it's just kind of built up and messy looking, and if you keep it to one bead thick, it stays nice and tidy looking. And if you get a little that stick up on the edge, try to clean it up before it dries. It's just easier. It's a lot more work to do it when it's not when it's not damp. If it's fully cured, it's a lot harder to remove. Hell, even when it's not fully cured but really dry, it's easier to clean it off wet. And I probably made a lot more of this than I need for this, so I'll probably put a cover on this. Now just also, this particular combination, you mix beads into a gel, try only to mix as much as you want because you've added air into it and a new aggregate, and you might find that it wants to dry up even in the container in about a week or so. I've done it and come back and found stuff really thickened up because of just adding the extra glass in there. So this is going to dry gorgeous and silvery. And again, I use something like a room key. I'm not scraping it. I'm not dragging it because I don't want my beads to drag in the gel. I am smoothing it. My card is basically almost flat to the surface, and then I'm pushing on it a little with my fingertips so it's flexible and I can move the product around. See, I just took a huge scrape in there with the corner, but now I can show you how I smooth. So come back, smooth, clean up your edges. And then go around with your finger and just clean it off. Now, I know there are great rubber tools out there. I think Jennifer Ferguson at Artistic Painting Studio carries a tool that you can do this with. It's, for me, it never worked for me, but that's because of the way I work. It is a terrific tool. It just wasn't one that worked well for me personally. So don't hesitate. If you have that tool from her, this is the kind of project to use it on. You'll love it. Come in smooth. All right, so we got all of that smoothed on. Move that over to the corner. That's gonna dry over the weekend and I'll be able to put top and bottom together. Let's take my fingers, wipe the goop off. Let's see if this is dry enough for me now to do the roller on. And it should be. Okay, I'm gonna turn it this way so it's a little closer to me so I have a better angle on it. Oh yeah, we're dry enough now. I was just not dry enough before. Okay, and then we're gonna bring the roller back up. We're going to reload the roller because we don't want, oh, that piece of fuzz stuck on there. See, I go back through and clean out fuzz that gets trapped in here. You never know what you're gonna find stuck to something that's had foil adhesive on it. Yep, there's another little piece of fuzz. This roller, oh, that's right. This roller fell out and rolled under a cabinet. Now I know why there's crap on it. Okay, so I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna go in the middle because my, I started to go up higher the first time and I realized it's probably a bad choice because the capper, the topper is gonna come down here. So really I'm gonna go this way, angle down a little bit, and if I don't feel like it's gonna roll well, I help it along. Okay, but I missed over there. So again, if I don't like how it's gone on, where did my mister bottle go? I just come back like this, wipe it off. I'll get it later. I didn't like the way that one rolled. So I'm gonna come back over here. Again, I'm gonna make sure my roller is well loaded. And I'm gonna stand up to do this so I get a better angle, because doing that at the angle I was doing it at was part of the reason that I didn't get it covered well. So I'm gonna come down here and we are gonna roll. I've made my surface just a little slick because of the top coat. That one came out great, and then we're gonna do this one up here. So this one's gonna probably hit under that topper a little bit, but since I did the bottom, I have to give myself a little space. Now, I could let this dry, I could release foil on it, we could do a lot of stuff, or we can go like this. We can take our glitter. I'm gonna come down in case I've missed any questions or comments. Hey, Leslie. Let's see if I've missed anything here. Heather popped in. Oh, everybody's happy with the camera angle this time. So I took all your words of advice. Now what we're gonna do is we're just gonna sprinkle a little of this on here. And it's going to grab in places that there isn't foil adhesive, just because this has got a little texture on here. but this is going to grab onto the foil adhesive really nicely while it's still damp. And we're going to have a great pattern on here with the glitter. And of course, if I miss any spots, I can always go back over it. Now I'm going to lightly move this around with my fingers to make sure, because I don't want to smear any damp adhesive, but I want to make sure that I've gotten glitter on the whole surface. Okay. Now I can push that out of the way. And let's do this. Now, this looks pretty messy right now, but where did my brush go? I have all kinds of brushes to do dusting and stuff, and of course they all go missing. Okay, I'm going to take a brush, and some of you will know what this brush is and will be appalled that I'm using it with glitter. This is a flogger, hog's hair. The reason I'm using it is because it's got soft bristles and long. But this is really for wood graining and stuff. It's not for what I'm using it for right now. But I'm okay with what I'm using it for. So let me come back in here, clean up my spot. Whoops. I hit the button. I hit the button on the tripod and it angled down for a second. Okay, let's get this back down. Okay, so I'm coming in here and I'm cleaning this out. Now, I got a really nice clear pattern here. This is a little funky up here. You know why? Because that's where I wiped off the adhesive and didn't wipe it off well. But it actually looks kind of like stripes. Let's hold it. Let me flip this up and we'll look at it from a distance. There we go. So the bottom part came out perfectly. The top part, I'm gonna have to do a little work on it later, but I'll fix that. It'll be done by fine and dandy by the time I'm done. But so your roller, your stamping roller isn't just limited to applying paint. You apply adhesive, you can do all kinds of other interesting things with it. Now, the other thing I wanted to go over with you guys, let me move a few wet product things around, clear some glitter so that I can set something. And it's still coming through even though I had all my filters on today. Let's move this out of the way. Oh, I love it when I have pouring glitter everywhere. Thank God the cleaning crew's coming through on Monday. All right, cleared out. So some of you, I did a live earlier that was virtually impossible to see some of the stuff that I did, so I wanted to show you how it all came out. And maybe we do one more ornament just so you don't feel like I didn't show you anything. All right, so we did, oops, let me grab these off because I have them hanging on the lights around here. So we created this guy. And this says Mary down here. We created this guy, which was where we put the amethyst. Sorry, I'm dangling it. I should be showing. We have the amethyst shatter on top. There's the gold tinsel glitter, mostly settled on top of the amethyst, but it's scattered down here. And then we did cast a couple of other ornaments shapes and ran it through the bottom. Now this is the fun one that everybody complained about the noise because it was really loud, but nobody could see what I was doing at all. Is I created this Nightlight guy. Okay, the tree that I cast in the mold had too many glass beads at the tip, and so when I pulled it out, the whole top was sheared. So I took a Dremel, sanded it down. We had our crystals that we were casting out of another mold like this. glued him to the top, took the Dremel, drilled a hole in the bottom that fits the tea light here. And now we have this crystal disco tea light, Nightlight, and it's so cute. And what looks like a black line here, right there, is actually silver. So look how cute that came out. All right. Yes, I'm fancy now. I'm covered in glitter. I go home. The level of glitter in the studio every week is unbelievable. Plus, I wore a skirt that had glitter on it that shed glitter everywhere. So I got doubly glittered today, or this week. So we're gonna do 1 or 2 more ornaments. I'm gonna show you the drilling process and all of that. Now that I have my camera angle back to a normal one. I tried so hard with that other one, plus the fact that I had the screen on it was gonna make me cuckoo. So we're gonna go for some more ornament creations. I'm gonna show you how I get there. Right now I'm looking down and grabbing bits and pieces so that when I'm ready to build, I have all this stuff in front of me instead of out of my reach. Because there's a lot of it. I cast so many pieces this week. Oh my gosh. I just poured and poured and poured because I was showing you the pigments, I was showing you the epoxy, I was showing you the glitters, I was showing you the shatters, and all of that stuff went into epoxy this week to create all kinds of wonderful little goodies. All right, there's so many, but I mean, to use up all the epoxy, I was casting stuff like this and smaller. So we've got tons of it floating. Oh, I can't reach the last of it because I don't know which ones I'm going to work on yet. Oh, come on, come out. There we go. All right, and I'm going to grab my ribbons so that we can tie things up. That sounded wrong. Okay, so let me angle back down and you'll see my heap of stuff. Okay, so right in front of you, this is things that I've cast, things that I've poured, things that I have decorated, and they're ready to be built into ornaments themselves. And I knocked over my little, I love this. I'm just so thrilled by this. This was such an accident that came out so cute. Now I'm probably gonna have to make more of them. All right, so I have this wonderful face that I cast. And if you look closely, I put foil adhesive on the face and then dusted some metal powder on there so that the features showed better. So I've got that. I've got my Christmas tree. I've got snowflakes. So I can do a bunch of things. I could drill this and I might do that one that way. I like that better. So I've got this and this. What else am I going to put together? Am I going to put any of this? I like these two together. And let's maybe put that one down there. Let's see how that looks or see if I like that better. Nope, I like the gold star. So now I have to create the openings to put everything in them. If you don't like loud noises, this is not the moment to be watching because I'm going to pull a drill out. And I'm just going to angle this up a little bit. Go. Drill with a very, very tiny drill bit. Oops. Oh, I forgot. I unplugged it to use the Dremel. It would help if I used it while it was plugged in. Okay. So now what I'm doing is putting holes in it that will allow me to wire these together. Let's move that to the side. We've got our 3 pieces together. So the first thing I need is to cut myself wire. All right, so this needs to go like this so that I have them facing the right way and hanging top to bottom. So now I'm going to take my wires, and let me zoom in a little so you can see what I'm doing. Let's see if I can get a little closer in. That's as close as it's letting me get it. So I'm taking my wires that I've fed through both sides, and I'm twisting. I want to leave a little loop right here because there has to be enough room for the bottom piece to swing free of the top. So I'm twisting, twisting, twisting. And then I'm going to clip it. So again, I don't want my wires poking anybody, so I'm going to take this. I could do this with a plier as well. I'm twisting it and twisting it back in, kind of folding it under. And then I'm adjusting this so this is now hanging below. So look how cute that is. And again, I could leave it that way as it is, or I can hang my star on it. I love long dangly ornaments, so that's why I tend to add an extra piece maybe. And you know what? If I decide I don't like them hanging together, I can always take them apart. So again, I need to put this piece and this piece together. So I flip, get in through the hole. I flip the bottom piece upside down and making sure it's facing into the top piece, because that's the way I know when it flips over, it will be hanging the correct way and facing the correct way. So again, I've got to make a little hanging loop. Twist, twist, twist. And clearly, I twist a lot longer and a lot more than I actually keep on the ornament, but that's so I can guarantee that it's well and completely twisted the way it needs to be. I can flip that down, and let's take that little nub of wire right there, and I'm just turning. You can do, if you're afraid to do it with the cutter because you might recut it, go grab a plier. So I've twisted that back over, and if I can, I shove it back into the hole, or I just bend it so that it's not, there's no pointy end facing anybody. And now I've got all 3 of my shapes hanging together. Let's push it out of the way so you can see that now. I swear I have a pair of earrings that looks like this. So this is going to hang like that. Now the last thing I have to do is, of course, I have to create the bow and the hanging ribbons and stuff like that off the top. So I'm going to take a little piece of wire, come in like that, and let's see, where are my ribbons? Which gold do I want? Do I want that one or that one? I think we're going to go with the satin bow like we did on the other hanger. And where are my scissors? Right over here. Okay. Now I'm going to put it the less pretty side up, because that will make bow tying easier later on. And then I have to create my little hanging ribbon piece. My little loop so you can hang it on the tree. You know, by the end of the Christmas season, I could be hired at Santa's workshop just for ornament making. I've made so many this year. So this time, obviously, I made a slightly smaller loop than you might have seen me make before. I want it to go through this ribbon. And I want, let's get it all in here. I want all of it to get anchored in together. Come on. I gotta get my big fat fingers out of the way. Okay, so I'm pulling it together, tightening it up. Oh, that's not, that wasn't in the middle where I wanted it to be. Darn it. That's why that didn't work. There we go. All of these have to be hooked into each other. Why am I having such a hard time with this? This is not working the way I need it to work today. And I had it all down. I was doing this like lightning before. All right. It's the new camera angle. When nobody was watching, could see what I was doing, it was just fine. Grab on the way I need it to grab. All right, we're going to pull this out. I'm going to do it all over again because I had it right the first time. So we're going to try it a slightly different way. All right, there we go. Now I've got that ribbon anchored there like that. That'll work. Oops, I had a light go off. I ran out of battery on my other light. Let's get this one in here. And everything can go through it. I hate it when this stuff doesn't want to work the way I need it to work. I get it all figured out and then it does something new and I just don't know what it's doing. There we go. That's it. I had to get everything all twisted in here together to get it to stay tied. And now I'm just going to twist off this little extra bit of wire and clip it tight so that it all stays well secured, but nobody gets pinched by a piece of wire. I don't know why. My mother gave us ornaments one year made out of puffer fish. Prickliest ornaments ever made on the face of the earth. And I stab myself up under the cuticle with it every year. So, there we go. Maybe that's why I'm so aware of being stabbed by ornaments. Okay, we got one side of the bow. Another side. Let's pull it through. And we'll trim off our ends. And so here we got him. Look how pretty that is. Try to get some more light on this since my other light just died. But look how pretty that is with the faces and then the stars. Oh, I really like that. And it'll hang just perfectly on your tree. And I mean, that's just as cute as can be. Or you can go simple. I mean, we did this guy. So I want to put a ribbon on him and put a bow on it. So we're just going to go a little simpler. We're going to take another piece of our ribbon. And let's find a different one to tie on it. Let's take our white with gold dots or gold thread running through it. Come on, open up. I gotta open it. So we have the cord to make the hanger, and we have some ribbon to create the bow. So I'm gonna do it like I did our little Merry Christmas tree up earlier, which is I kind of rolled this up, and the little hole at the top, it won't just feed through, but by rolling it up, I've given it a little extra thickness so then I can take a scissor or an awl or something and shove the ribbon through. Okay, so I've got my ribbon through. I need to make a hanging loop out of this. I love blue and gold. It's such a pretty combination. Okay, so now I have to tie the bow. And unfortunately, I have to tie this facing me. If I tie it facing you, I can't get the bottoms of the ribbons to hang properly. They hang in the direction that I tie the bow, and I haven't figured out how to tie upside down yet to make that work. All right. And so we now have our little bell ready to hang on the tree. And if you don't like the angle of the bow, retie it. It works just fine. All of that can be managed, maneuvered, and manipulated. But I mean, how cute is that? How cute. I mean, that's so cute. Oh, I love how that's coming out. All right, I think that should be it for tonight. I've had 2 lives today. I have a feeling this one was much more successful than the last one because you could actually see me. I love my little crystal nightlight guy. I don't know. I need to give him as a gift to somebody. Maybe I'll make more and there'll be contest prizes. Look how cute my crystal tree ornament came out. We have just been making some very cute ornaments. And of course, yesterday's were like this. This was done with the pigment epoxies through there. So we had, these are more opaque and these are more crystal because we just put glitters and stuff into things. So I think we have just created some wonderful new ornaments. All right, everybody. Let's see. I have any questions? Oh, I'm fancy now. Yep, I got glitter everywhere. Oh, hello everybody for coming in. Heather, nice to see you. Mar, thank you. I appreciate all. Listen, you guys took a lot from me earlier today where I was working off camera, didn't know it. There was no way for you to message me and let me know. So I appreciate you coming back and watching with me again later. So now I've got my camera angle straight again. Hopefully this will stop being an issue. I'm starting to get better at this with the new tripod and the new lights. And that was a big part of it. And I took that stupid screen protector off so I could actually see. All right, everybody, have a wonderful weekend. Now keep an eye on our page and our Instagram page and our website, and your email if you've signed up to receive emails. We will be sending out more emails with the newest products that are on sale for our Advent calendar sale for tomorrow and for Monday, because those are our days off. Doesn't affect shipping, but it means I'm not in here and I'm not doing videos and I'm not showing you everything. So please keep that in mind. Know that there's other products coming up on sale. Check on our page. You'll see a post that has the calendar of sale in it, so you can go and check and see if there's stuff coming up that you're interested in purchasing that is going to be on sale, and you can plan your purchases accordingly. All right, everybody, have a great day. Thank you so much. Have a good one. Bye-bye.